Hi, this is Sushant Singh Rajput.
Hi, this is Neeraj Pandey.
And you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
Well, it really happens that a promo generates such an immense curiosity about a film, and especially when it is a national hero. We're talking about M.S.D., the Untold Story, and we have with us the director Neeraj Pandey and Sushant Singh Rajput, who has totally recreated Dhoni like amazingly, especially the physical transformation and the way he's playing cricket. So huge pleasure to have you guys on board now, first of all. So my first question to you will be that in the last 10-15 years, if you look at it, especially in say Hollywood, for example, many of the biopics, they've worked like very well, be it The Beautiful Mind and be it Wolf of the Wall Street. Sully has just released, and it's a brilliant film as well. How do you look at this entire like phenomenon of biopics, which is working very well? Many have got Oscars as well. Some have not worked, like the Steve Jobs, the first one. It totally backfired. So how do you look at this entire phenomenon of biopics, which is working mostly, say, abroad, and maybe at times it doesn't? So there's a bit of a catch-22 situation.
It's easier to identify with these stories. You know that it's based on someone who's existed. It's obviously fictionalized to a certain degree from the storytelling point of view. But you know that there's a strong reference point, and their journey is always very inspiring, and there's so much to learn from these stories.
Right.
So there's an auto connect, I feel, with biographies and biopics. Having said that, yes, you still have to get it right. I mean, and you have to get it right, and how? Because there's so many people who know that story already. In our case, it was doubly difficult because there was a player who was still playing for the national side, and he was playing internationally also. So, barring that little bit of interesting challenge that we say, it was exciting. Yeah.
When you see the promo, we've already seen that you what you've managed in Kai Poche. You've told us before as well that you used to play cricket, and that's something that comes quite naturally to you, because it's very important that apart from being an actor, you have to look like a player, and you have to the body language has to be right as well. Yeah. And I was reading that what all you went through in terms of just preparing for it. That how you were 20 overs, you were wicket keeping, 20 overs, you were batting, and the physical transformation, the gym that you had, I think you put on almost 15 kgs for it in terms of the muscle mass, and then you had to lose that as well. You've also called it your most special film till date.
Yeah.
How's been the Dhoni experience for you?
I call it a special film because I was always a big fan. I remember I was in my first year of my college, and it was my mid-semester going, when I bunked my exams just to watch India-Pakistan match, and that was the same match when he played 140 odd runs. So I was watching this guy with this swag, long hair, and hitting everybody for sixes. So from then till now, I've been a big fan. And one thing that has intrigued me for all these years was how does he think? What is the reason? Why is he the way he is? So to understand that's why it's a special film. So I would get to know him personally, and I would know who he is, because the most important thing for any actor is to convince himself that he's the character. So to do that, he needs to understand the character. So that is why this was special. Apart from that, I mean, like, it was so much fun that it didn't seem like working hard. And cricket is something that, although I was never trained, I was never selected in my school team also. But for this,
now you'll get selected.
No. Plan B is cricket. If acting doesn't happen next year, I will be in some team for sure. And yeah, so after we discussed everything that I'm supposed to do and the intent of the script, so it was the character building, and then cricket was obviously till 30 minutes, whatever in the film the cricket is, I need to look like him, because I realized that I could still play good cricket but cannot be convincing if I don't remind you of MS. So yeah, so we invested few months, and Kiran Morisa trained me.
Correct.
So yeah, that's it.
And here's what happens many times, we've seen it in Azhar recently, that certain unsavory incidents do crop up as well, in terms of maybe name calling of certain fellow players and all those things as well. We're seeing a bit of a hint of that in the promo of Dhoni, when you're saying that 3 people that who helped him out, and he's just maybe asking them to just quit the game in a way. Do you think that there can be certain material post-release that can be like slightly controversial?
I don't think so at all. I mean, there's a rationale behind that particular scene in the film, and the intent was never to run down anyone. You're talking about a batch of players who were at their prime and they served the nation well. I don't think any of us are in a position where we would like to run them down and their achievements. We are matured enough to handle that bit at least. We had to portray a certain point of view of the guy who was leading a team at that point of time. It's an interesting take more on the way his mind was working at that point of time rather than anything else that you're assuming right now.
You know, it's very important to have like a really good director, because when you're talking about a biopic, most of the things, many of the things people already know about the person you're saying. It's an untold story. But still, he's like a public figure and a lot of people know it. Somewhere it's very important how you tell the story, you know, in terms of the screenplay, that where you're starting from and how you're ending.
I think that's the most important thing.
That's very important. And when we're seeing the various physical transformations, the younger stage and then gradually after that, how difficult was it for you to just prepare yourself for various stages, for looking convincing like almost like a teenager in a way when you're playing and getting selected, and after that, how difficult was that stage?
It was not difficult. Because it was something that I wanted to do. So when you want to do something and there is nothing else that you can think of, but you just want to do that, so it doesn't seem difficult. Also, it was never my intent to, or I was not thinking about what people would think or say after the film release, because that's the last thing that I think it's 2-3 weeks before the release of the film when I first start thinking about the audience. Right. Till then, it's never for them. It's just for me. You know, to understand him, I understand few things, I don't understand few things, and to understand what I don't understand is why I do the film. So it's that experience, is to somehow talk to my director and just think how to get it right. What is the most right? Or there are like many rights, but you don't know. You just prepare what not to do, maybe, but how to do it is why you do the film. And that is what I was thinking completely, and it just went by like this.
Great. How was your experience of working with someone like a Sushant Singh Rajput? Because you worked with Akshay in the past, and many say that you've been responsible in just transforming his entire image, what he is having currently in terms of as a thinking man's actor and like someone who's getting like 4-star reviews. How do you look at Sushant as an actor?
I'll answer the first part of your question because I don't agree with it. It's better I clear it out of the way. I feel like laughing most of the time when that comes across because it's completely untrue in my opinion.
In fact, Akshay sir told me that Neeraj Pandey knows what he wants, and he clearly tells you that this is not the way you should do it.
Yeah, but that's my point.
Right.
I mean, that's what every director should know, right? I mean, you're heading a crew of 200, 250 odd people. You should know what you want.
Actually, we have this entire psychophancy culture. No, sir, bilkul bahut acha hai. Bahut behtareen take. Which we have.
Can I say something?
This is his answer.
Can I say something? He never tells you no. So of course, after the first many meetings, and obviously, if you are a thinking actor, you're somewhat intelligent, you will get to know his intent.
Right.
So assuming that, he will never tell you in the take what to do. He will tell you what not to do.
Correct.
But he will ask you to come up with your own thing and convince him. So he will not tell you, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. He'll tell you what you're not supposed to do, basically.
Great. So yeah, if you can just say something
what
about
was your question?
Experience of working with someone like him, because he's someone who thinks out a lot of things.
Yeah, he's self-obsessed, madly in love with himself. So interesting thing. One just had to remind him that, okay, we'll leave that for the tenure of the film. You have to fall in love with M.S.Dhoni right now, be that person. No, it was amazing to work with him because by default it such happened that Sushant had the time to just be on this one and this one alone. That I think was a huge blessing because he had no other film to think about at that point of time. He was just focused single-mindedly on this. I think he just sort of, I think I texted him also about his performance the other day, that he just pushed and burned the envelope on this one. Fantastic listener, to his credit, and great joy.
In fact, apparently you picked the brain of Dhoni as well. You asked me like way too many questions to him, and he used to get flustered that how much you want to know about him.
Yeah, once I got to know that there is no way he cannot not answer my questions. He's supposed to answer my questions. So I asked everything as a fan too. But yeah, but that's what I was supposed to do, you know. I wanted to understand everything. There was a script in my hand. There were many unanswered questions. as to the events were fixed, the narrative was fixed, but what he was thinking at that point of time. So it was just a blessing to ask him firsthand what he was thinking. And at the same time, I also wrote some hypothetical questions as if, so there is some situation and how would you react? So A, B, C, D, something like that. It was like a fun thing to do. But yeah, the whole idea was to understand him better.
I saw one of your interviews where you were asked about a quiz on Dhoni. Yeah. So we also have like a quiz that how well both of you know Dhoni, and let's find out if the director knows more or the actor knows more, and we make sure that none of the questions
in the post.
Sir, it was
none of the questions will be repeated. So that's consciously.
I finished another film.
We've all moved on to other films.
No, let's try. The idea is that we'll ask the question, and whoever knows the answer, so you have to just. All right. So how well do Neeraj Pandey and Sushant Singh Rajput know M.S.Dhoni? So the first question is that true or false? Dhoni is the only player to win the ICC Player of the Year award thrice.
True.
I think he's won twice.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you said thrice?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, twice. Yeah.
Okay, and...
twice. No, twice.
No, I said thrice.
I know.
Dhoni made his Ranji Trophy debut for Bihar in which season? That is, if you can tell us the season.
Are you giving options?
No.
Isn't 99 2000?
Yes, correct. When is MSD's birthday?
7th of...
Yeah, we
7th of...
2-3 महीने
July. 7th of
So
July.
I think we'll have to give it to the director.
I said no, together. 7th of July.
Actually, he's being nice. So you're being nice, actually. You're being nice.
We actually, yeah, please.
So we'll have to give it like half. So
half.
1.5 and half.
No, the first one was true. I
Give
heard
all
it
of them. Let's move on. Like I told you, he's a bad loser, pathetic loser. Let's move on.
No, first one, you said
first
twice. You correct. What are the names of Mahendra Singh Dhoni's parents?
Pan Singh and the name of my mother. Sir, बोला Pan Singh.
अभी तो बता आधे घंटे पहले.
Pan Singh, of course.
Yeah.
So you'll give me half a point for that.
Yeah, and it has got a bit of a Krishna connection. Devaki Devi.
Oh, thank you.
So, but half marks we can give. 2.5. What is Dhoni's paternal village?
You're talking about Uttarakhand or you're talking about
answered it.
Ranchi?
Uttarakhand.
So, to be very precise, you need to give me options.
Yeah. Is it Elwali? Is it Almora?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. So we can give it 3. Dhoni's last test match was with which country?
Come on, I mean.
Sir, आप मेरे पे डाल रहे हो हमेशा.
Australia. Okay, 2 and 3. No, 1.5.
1.5 and 3.
Dhoni is also the co-owner of which Indian football team?
No, बोल.
Chennai FC. I'm just concerned about cricket, sir.
Dhoni currently possesses the highest score by a wicketkeeper batsman in ODIs. What's the score?
183.
Correct. Which player stepped down as a captain when Dhoni was selected in 2007?
Rahul Dravid.
Correct. So I think
Clearly hands on.
He's letting me win.
now we are having something for which you're actually playing for something. You're playing for a prize now. So you guys have to literally, and it's a good
becomes
prize.
more imperative for me to let him win.
So can we have the prize now? So that is something that it's like a good prize that you can possibly be winning for. And it's a
Max
mobile that you're playing for now.
See, look,
So
he needs it. Why do you want to deprive this game?
But I'm winning, right?
Its giant 6.44 inch screen is perfect to enjoy MSD's magnificent helicopter shot and
Max.
the new big, just like Captain Cool's match-winning knocks. So let's find out like who's going to be winning this rapid fire that we're having. Is it going to be the player? So let's please make it a bit exciting.
All right.
Please. So we'll start with Sushant Singh Rajput, if you like.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so rapid fire with Sushant Singh Rajput. As cricket is for Mahendra Singh Dhoni, what is it for Sushant Singh Rajput? What is it that is your driving force?
Right now, cricket.
Cricket, all right. One major common thing between you and MS Dhoni.
We are not obsessed about the future.
Interesting. What was the first thing that came to your mind when you got to know that you were doing a MSD biopic?
I'm not completing my engineering degree again for at least 5 years.
Good one.
Nice one.
The most easy and difficult thing of being MS Dhoni. The most easy and difficult thing of being MS Dhoni.
The most easy thing was that I was a big fan. I was really interested, and the most difficult thing was I was a big fan. And I was really a big fan. So to convince myself that I'm him is the most difficult thing.
You know, he reads a lot. In fact, he has all sorts of philosophers and everything that he just delves into. Did you discuss that? Like,
I noticed it during the shooting, like that the bomb is kid. That's when we spoke.
Yeah,
we spoke about
all the books
and all that. Yeah.
A thing of MS Dhoni you wish you should have had.
Taking myself not so seriously. He doesn't take himself seriously.
Right.
I do, slightly. Whenever there is some kind of feedback, positive or negative, I'm like, it takes me 3-4 seconds to come back to my normal thing.
You've got humility today. Wow.
Okay.
At least I know, sir.
Yeah. I'll give you the phone for this last answer. I'll give you the phone.
Which has been your favorite innings of MS Dhoni?
That 140 knock, and then
Pakistan.
there was this, yes. And then again against Pakistan in 2012 when he came 7th down or something, and he again hit a century.
Great. So, sir, I think your prodigy has done quite well. So you need to.
He knew all his answers.
I'd share the questions with him. Okay, so rapid fire with Neeraj Pandey now. Apart from MSD, which actor's biopic would you love to present on big screen?
Which actors or players?
Players or any biopic that you'd like to.
Lots of them actually. I can't say this because then it becomes a proposition, so I won't answer this one.
That's rapid fire. Okay, while doing research for the film, a thing about MS Dhoni that shocked you.
The tendency to keep things to himself.
Okay, yeah. What has been
And the capacity of it.
Cool. What has been the best and worst thing about making a biopic on a cricketer?
Best is that I got to know the game better, the game that I loved since my childhood. Bad that I don't think I'll be seeing any cricket from now on till a long part of my life.
All right. What was the toughest thing that you came across while shooting the film?
Crowd. Everywhere.
Akshay Kumar, Sushant Singh Rajput, Manoj Bajpayee, Naseeruddin Shah, Anupam Kher. Choose your actor who tops all others. If you have to just...
I maintain this always that I totally love the actor I work on that project at that point of time. So now it has to be him.
So that's a very safe answer. That's a very safe answer.
I'll take that.
Apart from Sushant, which other Bollywood actors were on your mind while thinking to cast for MS Dhoni? None. Okay. The most common thing that you found between Sushant and MSD?
None.
There's nothing common?
Nothing at all. That's the reason I say he's a good actor.
Personal
Because
life.
he managed to do what he did in the film without being similar on no fronts.
Correct. Okay,
I
personal
think I
life.
deserve the phone on this answer. Let's cut it short now.
Personal life or professional life for MSD, which was more difficult to bring out on screen?
Personally,
It was more difficult? Why do you say that?
you'll see.
So you're not giving out anything.
You'll see. I mean, I can't speak.
So actually, you've given some really in fact quirky answers, but somehow I think your prodigy has been slightly more in terms of you'll have to agree that.
I totally agree.
Can I
So
take that?
yeah, so this is
Me Max.
mobile goes to Sushant Singh Rajput.
Thank you, sir.
We've taken a few fan questions as well, so let's quickly take because that brings out like interesting perspective as well. So fan questions now with Sushant and Neeraj Pandey. This is Arvind from Vancouver, Canada for Sushant. Detective Byomkesh Bakshi was amazing. When can we expect the sequel to come out?
Well, that's for the producers to decide. I'm ready to do the sequel if they want me again.
Right. Okay. Neeraj Pandey, I'm Nishant Keshav from Mumbai. Out of so many sports persons, what about MSD inspired you most to make a film about him?
Tenacity.
Tenacity.
The tenacity to chase your dreams. That's the most unique thing about it.
Great. This is from Achal, Jalandhar.
Between him and me.
Okay, this is an aside.
Achal from Jalandhar, how excited are you for Takadum with Pariniti Chopra?
Very excited. That's why I'm doing it. Of course. I mean, like the first time we worked together, it was very. The action reaction was happening very like spontaneously.
Correct.
So yeah, it's always good when your actor reacts to your things. You know.
Great. This is Chirag Kool Shah. The name is not there. Chirag Kool Shah is the handle. What inspired you to make biopic on M.S. Dhoni, the legend, after so many thrilling movies? You've mostly been associated with thrillers.
Right.
So that's what I think he's trying to say that.
So,
what inspired you to make?
the things that we mentioned, we spoke about earlier in the interview. That it's about the journey of an icon. Nobody knows what the journey was like, and there were so many untold stories over there. Those untold stories make up for this untold story. So that was the unique point.
All right, this is Noosh from USA for Sushant. How hard was it to maintain long hair for almost a year? Do you miss the long hair?
I don't miss it, and it was very tough because you know the weather here is not that great, and there's humidity, and then your hair is like that, and it's long. I'm not used to it. You're investing lots of money in shampooing and conditioning it again and again. So, yeah.
Have you got any sponsorship offers, like any endorsement offers?
I'm assuming that post the release I will get it. But I don't have hair to take care of.
This is an interesting question, sir. Arvind from Vancouver, Canada. If you could change one thing about Bollywood, what would it be?
Nothing actually.
You don't want to change anything?
In Bollywood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, piracy is one thing that I wish could just vanish out of one day. I mean, just clamp down, totally clamp down on piracy. That's what comes to my mind straight away.
Yeah, everyone watches in local trains and even airplanes.
Absolutely. In fact, there was someone who told that...
I was watching Rustam. I was on a flight recently and I was watching Rustam. I saw someone watching Rustam on a mobile phone.
My driver in Delhi said that I watched Rustam at 3 o'clock yesterday and it was a damn good film. In Delhi, he was just taking us for one of our... I asked him at 3 o'clock, where did you manage to see Rustam? He said, on my phone I saw him.
Yeah, it is amazing.
It's like brilliant. You're sitting in the back seat, you feel like killing him then and there. But you can't do anything about it. So it's one menace which I hope and I wish that it could go.
Cool. This is Deepak from Behrampur, Odisha for Sushant. From whom you inspired by to become such a fine actor? Who has inspired you to become a fine, like an actor in the first place? If you can just put it like that.
Well, nobody. It's just that I was so introvert. I was so shy that I could not talk to people and communicate. So the first time I was doing it with Barry in one of the plays, I felt very powerful. So like I was saying things that I wanted to say in a very confident way, which I never experienced for first 19 years of my life. So I thought, okay, this is something that I would do for the rest of my life.
Cool. This is Noosh from USA for Neeraj sir. What is one strength and one weakness that Sushant has?
One strength.
Yeah.
Very hardworking. So, I mean, that serves him well. Weakness, short attention span at times.
All right. Pratik,
but you should ask the same question to him about me. That will sort of equal it, right? I mean, it's not fair, the kind of questions that you're posing.
That someone else has asked actually. So
you could ask this, just level it out once and for all.
You want to say something like a one strength and one weakness
Sushant,
from Neeraj Pandey?
This is his question to you.
Both the strength and weakness is he has an eye on you. He knows what's your strength and weakness, and you know that he can read you. So yeah, that one.
Right. All right, Pratik from Sydney for Sushant. How difficult to play such iconic personality? Even small thing will be compared to original. Do you fear that the entire micro, the way you'll be put in a microscope, everything that ये ऐसा था वो वैसे था? Like helicopter shot, I think is something which is looking very convincing.
Cricket is something that cricket and the mannerisms and all. I mean, obviously they are very important to convince people that I am him, but those are not very difficult thing to do. But to understand him was the most difficult thing. So right now, the question you asked, I'm not that much concerned about what people would say. I mean, like there are thoughts like that because obviously I want to do films like this and it can only happen when this film does well. So that thing comes just like before the release of the film. But more than that, the feeling is that if we are claiming, if we are selling a film right now, we're saying that it's an untold story, it's very engaging and all. So and they will be investing money and time to come and watch it. We should not be fooling them. So so for that I'm slightly concerned. That's it.
To add to that, I think he got the character pretty quickly. I mean, I don't think that there was any question. I don't remember him ever asking me, why is he thinking like this? Or why is this motivation like this. I don't recall at any point of time during the readings or whatever, he had that question as well.
Right.
So he got him pretty right.
Right. Sir, you are someone who's known for detailing, be it special chabbas in terms of, be it the entire bit of a period element that you've
Right.
managed that. Minutest of चीज़ें जो हैं उसके अंदर बहुत बारीकी से आपने उसमें कहीं ना कहीं करी थी. Even Rustam, we can see that. You're the producer in that. No one is saying that. I'm not saying that you've directed that. So people would like to believe that you did. Even Wednesday. You know, when I saw the promo of Dhoni, and I noticed one thing that when he's playing a shot and you're seeing the ball, it is actually he's playing a shot and एक्चुअलिटी में क्या होता है दैट बॉल जो है वो थोड़ा सा स्पिन के साथ में जाती है बिकॉज यू आर हिटिंग विद इन अ सर्टेन मैनर दैट इट गोज एंड इट हैपेंस in the promo you see that is it something that you've consciously worked on in terms of to make it as authentic as possible?
Absolutely, there's no other way for us. I mean, all of us, and I speak for all the HODs, the cast and crew on this one, they went on this film like a mission, I feel. At times it used to surprise me how are they finding the motivations without, you know, in extreme conditions and stuff like that. He is broken physically at places, but he is still giving the shot that you were talking, by the way. He had,
and actually hit the DOP. You remember that thing?
Yeah. So it was interesting to get that thing going. But I think that there's no other way for a project like this. I mean, if you're not inclined with that kind of a point of view or that obsession with detail, then it doesn't make sense, I feel. Yeah.
Great. So the next question is to you. This is Chirag Mehta from Ahmedabad. What made Neeraj Pandey make a movie like A Wednesday?
The July train blast, that prompted the idea, and then that's what got it going. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It was something that I think each one of us felt. I was the only person who sort of put it on paper and got it going. But that emotion, I strongly feel that it was felt by every person around at that time in Bombay.
Yep.
Mumbai.
In fact, there was a beautiful dialogue in that the common man's नाम जो है वो नहीं पता चलता because कहीं ना कहीं नाम में आप मजहब तलाश कर लेते हैं, which was something which was beautiful. This is, the name is not there. This is Yasiru Vismini. The things these people have that you don't. The things that these people have that you don't. Priyanka Chopra.
I'm like probably the bank accounts maybe.
Anushka Sharma.
Well, these are weird questions. they have many things that I don't have. Anushka Sharma maybe, well, she's done many more films than what I have done. So, a number of films.
Cool. Shahrukh Khan.
Mannat.
Aamir. These people that you've been associated with in a
Wait, deep curiosity, I guess. Yeah. I have, but I don't go that deep.
Okay, so this is for you. Ajita from Allahabad, what is crack all about?
Too soon to talk about it right now. It's still in the works. Maybe sometime in Jan, Feb, I'll be in a position to chat.
Great. So we've taken a few questions from Facebook as well. For both of you. And if you can please look over there for answering that, that'll be great. This is Abhi Solanki for Sushant. I want to know how many times does Sushant call Dhoni in a day for a movie?
I was called Dhoni.
How many times did you call Dhoni in a day to just maybe talk to him and understand him?
Call?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a phone, so I could not call. But yeah, there were times when he was free while my preparation days when I was allowed to meet him. And we met him, I met him quite often and discussed everything.
Okay, this is Vibhor Gupta for Neeraj sir. Hi Neeraj, when you will work with Ajay Devgan?
When the opportunity presents itself. At the moment, I don't have a script where Ajay fits in, but hopefully sometime near.
All right, this is Sandesh Mirajkar for Sushant. What problem do you face while playing M.S. Dhoni role? Did you face any problems while facing M.S. Dhoni, while portraying it?
No problem. Only once, I think it was before we started shooting for it, that there was some hairline fracture on my ribs, floating ribs, that's it.
In the beginning, yeah.
In the beginning.
After that, you didn't have any injuries?
No. Yeah, like on and off, but it was
Right.
not that great. I mean, it was not that painful.
Cool.
I became immune to it, whatever.
I think he became immune to it. Because we also didn't pamper him and all that. चोट लगा ठीक है ना चल ना आगे बढ़.
So you were wearing like guard and everything all the time?
Of course. There were times when there were real bowlers bowling at me like really, you know, and if you hit them for a nice shot,
They used to be angry.
they used to be angry. Next time.
All right, no, it's a logical question, I thought. All right, this is Hakimo Kimo. What's your favorite movie of this year, Neeraj sir?
This year I've hardly watched anything because of MS. Nothing comes to my mind straight away at all. Blank.
Okay, Rustam or Dhoni,
No.
if you have to pick between.
No, or put the title thing.
Okay, and
वो आपने देखी धर्मो वाली बड़ी अच्छी थी.
नहीं देख पाया.
Was that film? Hollywood.
yeah, Kapoor and Sons.
Kapoor.
No,
Very
I
good.
have not seen it.
Okay, and if you can briefly talk about your forthcoming films, I think Rapta is something that you're having with Homi, with
Dinesh.
with Dinesh Vijan.
Yeah, Rapta is with like me and Kriti are in
Correct,
it.
right.
Dinesh is directing it. We are almost done shooting for the film.
Right.
It will release in the first quarter of next year.
Right.
Then there is Takadum with Homi Janya.
Right.
Me, Pariniti and Irfan are
Correct.
there in it.
Right.
And I play a rock star. And then there is a Dharma film. And that Tarun will talk about it. Tarun is directing it. Then is
Tarun Mansukani.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there is a space film. Like I play an astronaut in
Correct.
Chanda Mama Durke.
Chanda Mama.
Yeah, Chauhan directs it. I will direct it.
Right.
And then there is a biopic on Murlikant Petkar, the guy who got us the first
Correct.
gold medal in Paralympics.
Correct. And you said that you want to go to NASA for preparation for Chanda Mama.
Because that's required. I'm assuming that the production house would fund the trip, but if they don't, I'll go. There are no two ways about it.
दे दिया. No, it's mandatory. Whoever the production house is.
80% of the time you're in the spaceship.
Yeah, nice one, brilliant.
And so you're having, apart from Crack, there's this Toilet Ek Prem Katha
Yeah.
that you're doing with Akshay and Bhumi Pednekar.
Yeah, Shri, my editor, is going to be directing that one.
Right.
We've got Naam Shabana, which got launched today.
Right.
So it's going to be on floors. And then we've got Crack. A couple of more things, yeah. Let's see.
Couple of more things as well. Fantastic. Any final thoughts on MSD? Any memory that you'd like to share with us? Anything that because somewhere it seems more like a film for you personally, because the physical transformation that you've gone through, 15 kgs, just gaining the weight and then losing it, and it seems something else. आप जिस तरीके से भाग रहे हो आप मतलब train में and the entire वहाँ पर exam देते and then you're going to for that entire train journey that you're having.
Yeah,
it seems more than a journey for you.
Because I could understand the feelings maybe, because I'm not comparing, but I've seen those situations in my life where I had to choose between pursuing my engineering degree or dwelling in something that's not giving me a promise in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like acting or maybe dancing for Shamak. But I was doing the same thing. I was bunking my college or maybe leaving my college halfway, and I would go travel 120 kilometers every day for dance, theatre, martial art, all those things in Delhi. I think that's why it resonated and that's why I felt for it, and we are trying to communicate the same idea through this film, that no matter where you are in this country, privileged, underprivileged, doesn't matter. If you have the courage to dream, and somehow if you can convince yourself that it's going to happen, it will happen. Just a matter of
and you're romancing two lovely ladies as well.
Yes, plus that.
So how tough was that actually? Because that's one aspect of Dhoni's life that I think the second one everyone knows, but the first one is people are very curious that what is it all about?
Yeah, that's
and he's quite curious as well that क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग, dance भी कर रहे हो, and what all are you showing? He saw that video.
I never danced, but
you told him that you did.
I told
in that video.
Of course. Him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a secret between us. Yeah, that's one thing that nobody knows about, and obviously while watching the film, when you get to know it, you'll be much happier than if I just tell it to you right now.
Right. So any final thoughts, and especially the level of screenplay, because when anyone is coming to watch a Neeraj Pandey film, that's something that's the most, that you always surprise people in terms of how you're going to tell the story, which is I think very important as far as any director is concerned. You never have a set pattern नहीं होता है कि that कैसे आप कहानी बताने वाले हो. Could you share some thoughts? What was your thought process when you were approaching this film, that आप कैसे उसको बताना चाह रहे हो?
We wanted something that would do justice to the stature of this icon. It's as simple as that. I mean so until unless we were absolutely sure that yes, we've got it right on paper, there was no movement at all. And it was, I remember it was slightly frustrating for Sushant at that point of time, because he wanted this to go on floors ASAP and all that. As any actor would be, because I mean things keep changing
Ji.
all the time over here. So that was a tough period for him to, but he hung on. And once we were completely sure that okay, this is what we want to do with this, we just went after it, the entire cast and crew. It's been a terrific journey for us as well while we were making this film. The sense of respect that I had for my crew has only grown with this film because I mean they would just turn up every day,
Right.
just willing to work and willing to do their bit, more than their bit actually.
Ji, bilkul.
So now I just like to relax.
Fantastic, lovely talking to you guys.
Thank you so
and
much.
looking forward to Dhoni for sure, watching it personally.
Thanks,
because
thanks.
हम लोग बहुत सी फिल्में आती हैं, बहुत सी फिल्मों के in fact we have to talk to people, but some films that I personally am excitedly looking forward to it, and this is definitely one film then.
Thank you.
And I
Thank
don't
you so
say, you
much.
can watch my interviews, I don't say it too often. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thanks a lot.
thanks,
Thank you, sir.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.